Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Facebook Live edition of the Coach's Corner. John Stanko with you here alongside head coach of the women's soccer program here at Iona, Sarah Brady. Sarah, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
All right, as of today, you guys are completing your exhibitions, your season openers this Friday at Army in West Point, New York. So let's talk about the preseason a little bit and what you've seen in the exhibition games thus far.
Preseason's been brilliant, actually. We've all really enjoyed ourselves, and we've got 9 incoming players. So, approximately more than a third of the team is brand new. So it's been really fun. We've had a massive emphasis on cohesion. One of the biggest factors in team performance is not talent, it's not resources, it's not scholarship money, it's cohesion. So we spent a lot of time together and we've really, really enjoyed it. We have a scrimmage today in about an hour. And then we had one on Friday versus Sacred Heart. So we got a lot of information out of that scrimmage and we can definitely get better from what we learned about ourselves.
What's the biggest area of improvement you've seen thus far on the field?
On the field, I think the team want to play as an 11. When they're on the pitch as an 11, everyone has the role and everyone's committed to it. But beyond the 11, the kids on the bench are excited for the 11 because they know that they're going to be in it as well. So it's very, very nice. It's a squad mentality this year. College football twice a week, very high intense routine. You don't get a lot of recovery time, so we can't play with 11 players. We do need to use the full squad, and the team have really embraced that squad mentality that we have. They've come up with this hashtag squad goals thing, which hashtag's probably been out for ages. I'm just finding out about them now. Not cool.
Someone who was part of the 11 last year was crucial was then freshman Amber Crispin, now a sophomore. She led your team in goals last year. Kind of a two-part question here. The first one, how do you think she'll adjust now in her second season, knowing she's not going to be sneaking up on anyone and she is the offensive focal point for this team?
Yeah, well, Swagtastic Amber Crispin.
Is that her nickname, Swagtastic?
That is then a new nickname.
How did that nickname come about?
Have you seen her walk?
I have seen her walk.
That is the Swagtastic walk.
She's like Conor McGregor, just walking with the arms.
Yeah, Swagtastic Amber Crispin. As you know, I like to give people nicknames and I always like to pick on people, so we have that kind of culture here. So Swagtastic Amber Crispin is... she's come in, she's really fit. I think at the end of last season, she got beat up a little bit. When you're a freshman and you're a good player, a lot of scouting reports say just kick that kid. Mm-hmm. So she's come in fit, but she's really learning to be more elusive in her movement. How to pop up and, basically avoid the physical play. So she's really open-minded. So I think you'll see a different Amber Crispin, but you'll still see a very dangerous one.
A follow-up to that, how do you train on being more elusive and avoiding the body contact that could happen, for instance, when you're in the box during a corner kick or charging after a long through ball? How do you train to avoid that physicality?
Well, the first thing, it comes from the player's mentality. You've got to experience things to understand, okay, I do need to develop this area. Amber was very good in the youth soccer. She was very good as a freshman, like you say, though she was unknown. Now people know who she is, so she has to add other elements of the game. But she's got a great mentality towards football. She wants to be really good. So when we've sat down with her with the film, when we've reflected on the positives of the season, this is where you're doing well, this is where we can improve. And the kid's just very open-minded about, I do want to be very dangerous. I do want to have different layers to my game. And she's just been very open to us teaching it.
Now a follow-up question to that is this year, your second leading goal scorer, Emily Hansen, is now an assistant coach. So is there an offensive player you think is going to be able to tag team with Amber Crispin and kind of lead a dynamic duo like Emily and Amber were last season?
So I'm really excited, actually, because I don't think there's just one. Already my head's whirling. I can think of 4 people I could put right in that. We've got some good partnerships this year, and the freshmen are a big part of that. I think... I'm going to kind of let the games be their own example there. I don't think I need to say anything. I think you'll just see it.
Now, speaking of Emily, we talked last year, the difference between watching a game on the sideline, how nerve-wracking that can be, knowing you don't have any direct control of what's happening versus being on the pitch. This year, it's the first time in a while, Emily's going to not be on the pitch during a big moment of a big game. Do you have any advice for her on how to deal with it as a coach now on the sideline?
I think advice for her is to just enjoy it. She's in a very specific role. And it's very, very suitable. I think she does that role better than anyone else could, better than I could. She knows what that role is, and it's a good fit, so just enjoy it. She's bringing so much. I don't think there should be any nerves. She knows her stuff. She's played for 4 years. We wouldn't have her on staff if she didn't, contribute well. So I just wanted to kind of be very mindful of what her role is. It's very specific. It's been designed exactly for her. No one else can do it the way she can do it. So let's just enjoy it and really bring what she can bring to the team.
Now approaching this game on Friday is both Iona and Army's season opener. So a question for you I'm always curious with is prepping for that first game when you don't necessarily have game film on the current team. So how does prepping for your first game differ from maybe a game in mid-September when you kind of have your team fielded out and the opponents have played games before?
Yeah, I think, we know a little bit about Army from previous years. Coaches and teams, they do have a kind of identity, but it does evolve and it does change. So the answer is we can't focus on them. We have to focus on what we can do. We don't have enough information to scout, let's say. But we can control what we can control. So it's mainly a mindset thing. Yes, what we know about Army is they're going to be physical, they're going to be strong, they're going to be fit. So how do we negate that? So we just have to focus on our strengths and what we can exploit. So what might they not be as strong in? But we're more focused on ourselves in the first game. As you go through the season, you get a little bit more information on opponents. And although you still put the emphasis on what you can do, you get a little bit more aware of, okay, well, this is a dangerous player or this is a style of play. And, if you look at the heat maps, they tend to play down the right a little bit more. So as the season goes, the more knowledge becomes available, and it makes sense to utilise that to your benefit.
Well, you mentioned focusing on your team first during your opening game. So what are the principles you're going to install in the locker room prior to kickoff against the Black Knights?
We're an 11. When we're on the pitch, every player in that 11 has a role. Our forwards defend, our defenders attack. It's a very team cohesive unit, and what we're trying to get through to the players is if you defend as an 11, no individual will ever undo you. So we're very, very excited for just the team. Everything is team focused. Everything we've done, all the running has been team. There's been this is the individual score. It's been team. So I'm very excited to see that kind of come to fruition in a competitive environment against an opponent.
And the last question for you is, you guys have a lot of home games this year. You guys have, I believe, 6 straight home games after a couple road games to start. So what's going to be like playing a lot of your games here on Mozilla Field, and you guys are going to be live on ESPN3 as well?
Brilliant. I think the main thing is we have a new field. We have a new pitch. So we really wanted to play a lot at home because we have a young group. There's other things like, we don't want to miss class. This is a very academic institution, very academically focused. We want to make sure that we respect that because although we love football and, we think it's the priority, these, young athletes are at college and they're getting degrees. So we want to try and minimise class time. But mainly, there's just a great excitement at an Iona home game. We're right in the middle of campus, the pitch. People come to watch. Our recruits are brilliant. They're coming to watch all the time. The ESPN deal is something we really want to make sure that we take advantage of so we can get our team out there and in the public eye. The main thing is everyone wants to be at home, right? Everyone's happiest at home, so we really put a schedule together that allowed us to do that.
The women's soccer team kicks off its 2017 season this Friday, August 18th, against Army in West Point, New York, and you can watch it live on the Patriot League Network. And on Sunday, August 20th, the Gaels return to the pitch for a game at Stony Brook, where you can watch the Maroon and Gold Battle of the Seagulls live on Americas.tv at 1 p.m. And for more details on Iona women's soccer, be sure to stay tuned on all things on the new icgaels.com. Coach, I want to thank you for the time. Best luck on today's scrimmage and your season opener on Friday.
Brilliant, thank you.